This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, I want to talk about uh, what I basically call what is it that reverses the aging process. Sounds like a very interesting topic. Sounds like a very interesting subject. Let's see, what reverses the aging process? What's been around for thousands and thousands of years? Many people have been doing it over the eons of time. Actually, since the beginning of time. I think it's called IF or AKA intermittent fasting. Yes, that's what it's called. Ding, ding, ding. Here's the thing. Intermittent fasting has been around for thousands of years. This is the best, most natural, most beneficial way for you to reverse the aging process. What do I mean when I say aging process? Reverse the aging process, or damn near slow that thing down to the crawl. You've heard me say these terms before. Damn near slow that thing down to the crawl, or reverse the aging process. There's a reason why I keep saying that. If you go and you look at my very first video on YouTube and look at me right now on this video, go look at my very first video on YouTube and look at me now. I am a lot older now. And when I say a lot older, I'm not old. Obviously, I'm still handsome and still young. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But the point of what I'm trying to say is, at that time, I was in my 20s. Now I'm in my late 30s. But if you look at me then, you would have thought that that person was the person that was representing or a representation of what the age I should be now, as opposed to the person I am then. Like, basically, you'd want to do a role reversal or flip it. Here's why. Here's why I look younger. Here's why I feel better. Here's why I have more energy. It's because of intermittent fasting. I keep telling you folks, do your research, study to show yourself approval. Intermittent fasting is more effective than black seed oil. It's more effective than apple cider vinegar. It's more effective than any detoxifier around. You know why? Because there's no such thing as a wean on and a wean off period. It is probably the only thing besides the other three health ingredients of eating right, sleeping well, and working out hard that you can do daily and not have any problems. I'm going to say that again. It goes hand in hand with the other three, which is eating right, sleeping well, and working out hard that you can do daily without having any of the side effects that you would have taking a black seed oil, apple cider vinegar, or any other supplement product that you can't always take. You have to wean on and wean off because you have to allow your body time to completely rid itself of that product. And you have to allow your body time to work on its own. This is why they call it a supplement. Remember, it's supposed to be supplemental to your body. It's not something that was meant for you to constantly keep using on a daily basis. It's there to be supplemental, to supplement any of the issues that you're having. But that doesn't mean it needs to be done on a daily basis. Intermittent fasting, the reason why it can be done daily is because it goes with your biology. It goes with the organism that's in your body. It goes with your cellular structure. Because what you're doing is you're doing a daily detoxifier, a daily detoxification of your system. You're basically recycling the cells, what they call autophagy. This is where you reverse the aging process. This is where you slow that thing down to the crawl. Because the longer you fast in intermittent fasting, the more you tap into autophagy. Remember what I told you guys. When you get into the 12-hour window of you not eating, you start to reap the intermittent fasting benefits, but you don't reap the autophagy benefits. To start reaping the autophagy benefits, you have to be in the 16-8 protocol or higher. I'm going to say that again. To start reaping the autophagy benefits, you have to be into the 16-8 protocol, which is 16 hours of a fasting window and 8 hours of a feeding window or longer. Because Studies have shown, there's been plenty of studies out there, plenty of research that shows that when you adopt a 16-8 protocol or higher, you are recycling the cells of your body each and every single day. This means that your body is getting rid of the weak and deficient cells that it doesn't need. And what it's doing is the stronger cells are like Pac-Man. They're eating up the weaker cells. And hence those strong cells become what? Stronger. I'm going to say that again. Hence those strong cells become what? Stronger. This is why it's imperative. You know what I'm saying? I beseech you, brethren, like the Apostle Paul, in the New Testament, I implore you to do some extensive research in intermittent fasting and learn about it. Study. Don't take my words for it, because as you guys know, I'm a big proponent of telling you guys, don't listen to what I have to say because I make it sound so nice. And I can sell anything. I probably could sell water to a well. Shout out to Jay-Z. I probably can do that. But don't listen to me because it sounds good coming out of my lips. Listen to me because you have done your research and you have seen that through your research, you've been able to back up what I'm saying. I always tell everyone, you know what I'm saying? So that way I don't talk out of my ass. I tell people to research, because when you research, that's how you can be able to study for yourself, to show yourself approval and show that that person is saying what they're supposed to. And if they're not saying what they're supposed to, then you have all the right to say what they're saying is heresy, and you can debunk them right there on the spot. I'm going to say that again. You have that right to debunk them right there on the spot and say what they're saying is heresy. Intermittent fasting is the best thing to ever come to my life. I've been doing this thing for almost 3 years. And I'm telling you, man, it's like I drank, the fountain of youth or something like that. It's like I ate from ambrosia. It's like I went somewhere and I just kind of got this whole reinvigoration and revitalization and re-exuberance of my system. I'm only speaking to you guys out of my experience. I'm telling you guys what I have experienced on my end, what I'm benefiting from personal experience. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I care about you guys out here in these streets. I don't want to see you guys lacking, because there's a lot of folks that's lacking in regards to their health. They don't understand. Intermittent fasting is beneficial and it's necessary for your health because it doesn't allow your insulin to be yo-yoing all day. I told you guys that old school way of eating 6 times a day and always eating every 2 hours. When does your body have time to digest the food? Because your body needs hours to digest the food. If you're having the body constantly work to digest the food, right? And you're having it constantly working to break down this food that you're eating, when can it actually work to regenerate your body? I'm going to say that again. If your body is constantly working to break down the food that you're eating, when does it have time to regenerate itself? This is why intermittent fasting is so beautiful and is so essential for your health, because you are giving your body each and every single day a long period of time for it to regenerate itself, to recuperate itself, to keep your immune system strong. Because if the strong cells are eating up the weak and the deficient cells, then hence your immune system stays intact. I mean, what's more beautiful than that? There's just no two ways around that. Who wouldn't want that? And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. This is the most natural way to detoxify your body. This is the most beneficial way to do it without having to take a product. Because you can do it from your body. I want you guys to remember that, and let that marinate in your corpus callosum. Let it marinate in the cerebellum. Intermittent fasting is the way to go. There's just no two ways around it. The reason why you guys see that I'm going to keep bringing these videos about intermittent fasting is because I came to the light 3 years ago. I wish I would have came to the light longer, because I would have reaped the benefits longer. And the longer you're doing this, and I'm talking about in number of years, the better you are going to feel. Don't take my word for it. Go look at some of the top people in the health industry. The people that, you look at as people that you want to prescribe to, you aspire to be like, you aspire to try to push yourself to gear yourself towards. A lot of them have intermittent fasting as part of their health tool shed. I'm going to say that again. A lot of them have intermittent fasting as part of their health tool shed. There's a reason for that. It's because the studies are overwhelmingly in the pros as opposed to the cons. We're talking about in the 90-something percentile of pros as opposed to less than 5% of cons? And I'll touch on the cons of intermittent fasting in another video and how you can counteract those cons so that you can be 100% in the pros when you're doing intermittent fasting. Because there are levels to this stuff and there's rules to it, and you have to learn what the rules are, the rules of engagement. It'll be the next video when I talk about intermittent fasting. It's going to be called the rules of engagement for intermittent fasting. But in this video, I want to tell you guys, man, intermittent fasting is the way to go if you're trying to reverse the aging process or slow it down to the crawl. It just gives you the ability to live on this planet longer. It gives you the ability to live as long as you're supposed to live in a fruitful way, the way that God intended for you to live, to not be sick, to not be feeling like you're lethargic, brain foggy, lazy, and just don't have no exuberance or no energy. Well, when you're doing intermittent fasting daily, it's the opposite. You're able to concentrate, focus clearly, man, and have your priorities in order. That's the beauty of it. You get to fellowship with God. You get to fellowship with your mind. You get to, reason effectively and reason critically because you're not thinking about food every second. Because I told you guys, eating is something that is very exhausting, man. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of your time away from you, a lot of your effort away from you. But if you're adopting intermittent fasting most of the day, then you only have to eat for so much period of time. And guess what? You're spending most of that time regenerating your body as opposed to spending most of the time doing what? Breaking down food. I want you guys to go research that. Study, to see why when the body breaks food down, why it has to work so hard. And could you imagine if you're eating 6 meals a day, how much work and how much stress you're putting to your organs, your heart, your arteries, your veins, and people are wondering why they're having diseases and cancers. I'm telling you guys, man, I'm not telling you this because it's beneficial to me. I'm telling you this because I'm trying to help you guys out here in these streets, and benefit the masses because I care about the masses. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this health series. Otherwise, I wouldn't be wasting my time. It's because I have a heart for you guys and I care, and knowledge is power and knowledge is meant to be shared, and it's meant to be passed on so that the next generation can prosper. I firmly believe in that. That is something that has been instilled in me, and that is something that has been taught to me when I was young, and I'm just reciprocating that. This is He Knows His Sport, checking out.